Welcome into Desolation, and we are starting off with a huge LZW World Championship match. Bianca Belair and Chyna. Bianca Belair defending the LZW Championship for the first time. Now, big challenger in Chyna. And this is the go-home show for Doomsday Select. Chyna goes for the arm drag, but Bianca Belair showing her strength. But Chyna reverses, picks Bianca Belair up in a German suplex. Bianca gets out, goes for a kick to the midsection. And into a head scissor by Bianca Belair, the EST, but she gets driven down to the mat with a clothesline from Chyna. And a big sledge to the back by Chyna. Chyna hoists up Bianca Belair and throws her, crotches her on the top rope. And back body drops her center of the ring. Chyna throwing Bianca Belair into the corner. Bianca kicks her as she rushes in. Bianca springs up to the top. Goes for the crossbody, but Chyna catches her. And Chyna slamming Bianca Belair into the corner, and big clotheslines to Bianca. Sling blading her back into the ring from the top rope. Chyna in control with a big shot and trips Bianca. Shoulder to the gut, pulls her back center of the ring. Power bomb, buckle bomb. And then springing off the top rope into another power bomb. Hoists her up, last ride stop. Undertaker like last ride, getting her all the way up. But Bianca Belair able to kick out. Bianca side swaps Chyna and then back body dropping Chyna inside out. Big chop by Bianca, but gets mowed down with a clothesline from Chyna. Bianca back up. And look at this gorilla press slamming Chyna. She's got her up. And with one arm, able to gorilla press slam, and the cameraman went too. Bianca butterflying the arms of Chyna, but Chyna able to get out, power out, and a gorilla press slam now by Chyna. But Bianca Belair escapes. An electric chair by the EST. Handstand springboard off the rope into a moonsault, but misses Chyna out of the way. Chyna sidewalk slam to Bianca. And a clothesline, basement clothesline. Comes back off the ropes. Bianca, tombstone driver perhaps. She's got her up and nails the tombstone driver center of the ring. And a lion salt by Bianca. But only a one count. Chyna out at one. Bianca with a big chop. And then a clothesline by Chyna. Chyna stopping Bianca's momentum every time she gets going. But right there, she misses the shot in the corner. And Bianca slamming Chyna's head into the post on the top rope. That is vicious. KOD off the top rope by Bianca. And that's got to do with a short opening championship match. But no, Chyna kicks out of the KOD from the top rope. Unbelievable. But Bianca Belair, the champion, is not done, showing why she is the new LZW World Champion. Second KOD, nails it. And that is it. And your winner, and still LZW World Champion, Bianca Belair. Bianca with a big win over Chyna. What a way to kick off the show. Wait a minute, Beth Phoenix coming in to congratulate. No! She's here to take out her teammate in the $1 Million Foundation. She's got her up. Beth Phoenix drops her with the glam slam, and she raises the title above her head. Beth Phoenix making it clear she doesn't care if Bianca Belair is the lead of her faction. She is coming for her. The LZW World Champion. Bianca Belair, though, back up to her feet. Picks Beth Phoenix up. And Bianca Belair KO'd to Beth Phoenix and grabs her title. And Bianca Belair gets the last laugh here to open the show. Beth Phoenix gotta be seething, but she picks Chyna back in the ring. My God, Beth Phoenix making a statement that she is coming for Bianca Belair. How is Ted gonna feel about all this? Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined here with Zeus and Bruce, the Death Grips champions. Shane, I am starving, so I'm wondering who's on the menu next for Zeus and Bruce at Doomsday Select. Whoever we
thank you guys.
Will, can I get a moment? Hey, bruv. Will, big match with Kenny Omega coming up. Have you decided your stipulation for the crowds to decide? Actually, I had a brilliant idea, as it was taught to me by... Can I help you, lads? Yeah, you can help us. Shane, you better get your ass out of here. We weren't actually done with our promo. But you know what, Will? I've been meaning to say something to you. We see you put together this team of high flyers, and none of your men will ever have a chance to get these titles from us. Well, that's funny, actually, because I've got a brilliant idea. I'm gonna go talk to Billy Graham, and you two lads enjoy those titles while you can. Alright, it's time, Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega to tell us their stipulations for Doomsday Select. I want a death match. Whoa, okay. And my general manager stipulation? About just a classic one-on-one, guys. Yeah, I don't think so. And I think the fans definitely go with what I got up my sleeve. You're not even wearing sleeves. Funny, Will, but it won't be so funny when I'm bashing your head upside of a steel cage. Alright, it's settled then. The 3 stipulations have been laid out. And one more thing, Billy. Yeah, Billy? Good one, mate. Okay, so how about the NWO prove themselves, since I don't think they've actually deserved a #1 contender spot, against the Rascals here tonight, and the Rascals get a chance to intercept their spot for Doomsday Select. Alright, Will. I'll talk to the NWO and see what I can get done. Undertaker, Hall, the Rascals want your spot for Doomsday Select. So would you like to fight them here tonight to prove yourselves? Yeah, we need a warm-up match. Making their way to the ring, representing NWO, Scott Hall and The Undertaker. Wait a minute, look at this! Double springing drop kick to Scott Hall and The Undertaker, and the Rascals a double 21 plex. And they land Scott Hall inside out on top of The Undertaker. What a way to kick off this tag team title match. And a gyro tap. And we are underway. Can Julia Price get control of this? A big chop by Zachary Wentz. Undertaker throws him out of the ring. Goes for a boot to Wesley. Wesley Hurricane Rana's Undertaker out of the ring. And Scott Hall trying to get control of Wesley. Wesley enziguri but misses, and Scott Hall grabs the Boston Crab in his hands behind his back. Zachary Wentz trying to get in to help his partner. Undertaker with steel steps. Zachary Wentz kicks him out of his hands, and Hurricane Rana's Undertaker on top of the steel steps. NWO were laughing about this, not taking it seriously, but the Rascals are showing out for a spot at Doomsday Select. Springboard by Zachary Wentz, Hurricane Rana, but Scott Hall holds on. and has Wentz up for a power bomb. Wesley behind Scott Hall. Scott Hall jumps up, avoids Wesley, and power bombs Zachary Wentz down on top of Wesley. Scott Hall makes the tag to Undertaker. Undertaker up to the top rope. Clothesline off the top rope by Undertaker. And a boot to Wesley, driving him off the apron. And choke slam Zachary Wentz. And this will be it. No, the Rascals are still in it. And Tombstone to Zachary Wentz. But Wesley springing in, kick to the face of the Undertaker. Wesley drop kicks Scott Hall off the apron. Undertaker sits up, but Zachary Wentz drop kicks him back down. The Rascals looking incredible tonight. And Zachary Wentz rolls the Undertaker up, crucifix, but Undertaker back to his feet. Counter Zachary Wentz. But Zachary Wentz has got the arm of the Undertaker, it looks like, trying to drive him down, but Undertaker shrugs him off, throwing him across the ring. Wesley springs in, but Undertaker catches both men, but they chop him down, and 2 kicks to the head, double super kicks. And now they have the Undertaker caught and drop kick off Scott Hall inside out. Spanish fly to the Undertaker. Zachary Wentz flies in with a drop kick to Scott Hall, and Wesley with a shot to the Undertaker. Zachary Wentz springs off the middle rope but catches a boot by Undertaker. But he's not done. Slice spread to Scott Hall, but runs into a sidewalk slam. And Undertaker makes the tag to Scott Hall. And now NWO are starting to get desperate, it seems, as the Rascals are showing out. Scott Hall trying to get back on track. Big shots to the Rascals. Take Zachary Wentz out of the ring. Kick to the gut. And a big DDT to Wesley. And a suplex. Scott Hall with a kick to Zachary Wentz and a back elbow to Wesley. And doing a great job now of keeping the Rascals down while they beat on them. Tag to Undertaker. And keeping themselves fresh. Scott Hall now going for the outsider's edge with a clothesline combination, looks like, but Zachary Wentz counters. Frankensteiner to Undertaker. Arm drag by Wesley to Scott Hall. Drop kick off of the Undertaker. Moonsault to Scott Hall. And then the Raging Fire to the Undertaker. And they take Undertaker out of the ring. Wesley kicks the feet of Scott Hall. Head scissors by Zachary Wentz. Wentz, Raging Fire to the Undertaker outside of the ring into a DDT, planting Undertaker on top of his head on the stage. Springing by Wesley into West Coast Pop. Pin Scott Hall. The Rascals have defeated NWO. What a match. Can you believe the Rascals dominated Undertaker and Scott Hall? And they are going to Doomsday Select. And it is official, Rascals versus Zeus and Bruce for the Death Grips Championships. And what, Undertaker just slapped Scott Hall. He is pissed. What a win tonight. The biggest win of the Rascals' career. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Julia, the #1 contender for Mercedes Money's Powerbomb Championship. Julia, how do you feel, and what is your stipulation going into Doomsday Select? My strategy? Kicking ass. As always. My stipulation for Mercedes? I want to beat you bad. I want to beat you with a ladder. Not because I think it'll be a classic. You want a ladder match with Monet? Huh? Is that what you want, Julia? Think long and hard. You want my title? You think the fans are gonna pick a ladder match? I want you in a 3 Amigos match. Hit your move 3 times, Julia. Striking Viper versus Moneymaker. I'll see you at Doomsday Select. I'm backstage here with a triple threat that will be taking place, and all of you men will get to pick your stipulation now. Hurricane, what you got? How about a triple threat tag team match? Me and Rosie, Tajiri and whoever your mentor is, Sabu and Justin Tom. Alright, that sounds good. Tajiri? If the fans pick that, y'all are screwed. Triple threat. Winner gets 1 wish. Alright, I'll grant that. 1 wish to the winner of this match. Sabu, what do you got? Special guest ref. Alright, gentlemen, let's settle down. No need. Not here. We'll settle at the pay-per-view. What the hell? Damn it, guys, did you not hear a word I said? Really? Really, Tajiri, gonna get in my face? I'm gonna grant you 1 wish, but I could make your lives a living hell. Alright, this one better go better than the last one. What do you guys got for me for Doomsday Select? Champs. Tornado. Tables elimination. Alright, challengers. We want a ladder match. Alright. And my pick, I want to see blood. A first blood elimination match. Get ready. Because this shit's about to get heavy. That's right. Making his way to the ring. Representing NWO. The reigning and defending LZW World Heavyweight Champion. The Great Muta. What a treat, we have Muta on the Go Home Show defending his World Championship against any member of the Bloodline, and oh my god, it's The Rock! And his opponent, and the challenger for the LZW World Championship, representing the Bloodline, The Rock! And Muta throwing the title at The Rock, and a head kick, and missed! He missed at The Rock to start the match, and a super kick. Will this one even get underway? Julia Price throwing the title to the side and checking on The Rock. Muta, master strategy there. Shane McMahon throwing in a towel for The Rock. Julia wiping the face of The Rock, but that has to have got in his eyes and definitely will affect his vision. The Rock throwing at Muta and attacking Muta, and Julia Price has rang the bell. The Rock says he's good to go, but his vision cannot be 100%. My god, what a clothesline by The Rock, sending Muta inside out and then slamming Muta's head into the turnbuckle post, throwing him to the center of the ring, and a back elbow from the second rope in the corner. And The Rock, spin wheel kick. The Rock wants back the World Championship. He has not been in the World Championship scene in a while, but flying double back kick by Muta, taking The Rock down. And Muta handstand springboard, head kick, nails his target. And Muta butterfly suplexing The Rock in the center of the ring, and a kick to the head, 2 kicks to the head. And Muta with a flying kick to the front of the dome of The Rock. And Muta with a knee to The Rock as he was against the ropes. Handstand springboard by Muta into a head kick to a sitting Rock, but Rock ducks it. And a flying back elbow by The Rock takes down Muta. Muta handstand springboard, but The Rock pulls him out onto the apron and has him set up for a rock bottom onto the stage, and the towel goes flying. Muta, spine crushed on the steel, but a leg screw. Dragon leg screw by Muta, and a shining wizard to the back of the head sends Rock flying into the steel steps. Muta butterflying the arms, butterfly suplex to the Rock into the steel steps. Muta flying at the Rock, drop kick. What a title match we have tonight. Bloodline versus NWO. Huge 5-on-5 coming at Doomsday Select. Springboard spin wheel kick by Muta. And Muta picks the Rock up, and a crushing saving grace. Muta going for the finger strikes, but the Rock out of the way. The Rock backbreaker to Muta. Big shots across the back. Shot to the face of Muta, but Muta fires back with a back elbow. Rock with a big shot. Muta kick to the head. Backs the Rock up, but the Rock with a kick to the midsection and throws Muta into the corner. And the Rock picking Muta up to the top rope. Muta counters out. Tilt-a-whirl head scissor off the top rope. Julia Price checking on the Rock. The Rock back to his feet. Cartwheel, back flip into a back elbow, but the Rock out of the way, and back body drops Muta. The Rock back up a Muta. A spin wheel kick into the corner, and then Russian leg sweep. Muta flies up to the top rope. Rock up to his feet, and a big missile dropkick by Muta, sending Rock to the other side of the ring in the corner, but the Rock comes back with a clothesline. Big shots by the Rock to Muta, and goes for that last winding up shot. Muta out of the way. The Rock avoids the head kick, but Muta couldn't avoid the DDT. The Rock shoulder into the gut of Muta in the corner, picks Muta up, and a big back suplex off the top rope. Muta goes for the super kick. Rock ducks it. Rock with a kick to the gut. And Muta going for the Rock bottom, but he's able to counter out. Flip out. The Rock holds on to Muta and throws him out of the ring. Muta skinning the cat. And takes the Rock out of the ring over the top rope. The Rock up to his feet. Muta springboard. Drop kick to the Rock, sending him into the announce table. The Rock turns around into a head kick by Muta. And Muta back suplexes the Rock onto the table. And again picks the Rock up and plants him on the table, with the monitor still intact, and a flipping leg drop onto the Rock. Kicks him into the face and throws him back to the table. Moonsault by Muta to the Rock, and they tumble off the table. Surprised that table did not break. Reinforced table, but that was a high risk, high dive by Muta. The Rock able to make it to his feet. Muta misses the flying knee, and the Rock coming back with a kick to the gut. Back suplex. And picking Muta back up for another back suplex. But Muta hits the ropes. Misses the Rock. The Rock clotheslining Muta out of the ring. The Rock back in. Muta springing in off the bottom rope. A spring in backslide. I've never seen that, but it gets the job done. Muta retains the championship. And Jey Uso coming after Muta, but Muta avoids Uso. Muta grabbing his title and running before the rest. There's Dominic Mysterio. He misses. Muta ducks, and Roman Reigns goes for a spear, but leapfrogging Roman Reigns. And there's Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, Coquina clutch, but Sting high above, saving Muta. Sting and Muta get out of the bloodline. Line of fire, and the Rock is pissed. making her way to the ring, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley coming into a huge first to a pin match. And last but not least, Chris Statlander. Wait a minute, Becky Lynch behind Stat. My God. Becky Lynch taking out Statlander, and here we go. Rhea Ripley taking down Mae Young. Molly Holly super kick to Tekla, super kick to Stephanie Vaquer to Molly Holly, and knees by Stephanie Vaquer to Rhea Ripley. And Stephanie looking like she's trying to get in position. Devil's kiss to Rhea Ripley. And the winner of this match gets a #1 contender shot, the title of their choosing. And Tekla gets taken down by Stephanie Vaquer. Molly Holly springboard, Hurricane Rana, Stephanie Vaquer 450 splash into Rhea Ripley. Molly Holly springboard clothesline to Becky Lynch and picks up Mae Young on her shoulders. Molly Holly steamroller over the top rope. Mae Young onto Becky Lynch on the apron. And Statlander recovers and a leg scissor bomb into Mae Young and Becky Lynch. But Molly Holly with an Alabama slam, Mae Young into Chris Statlander. Becky Lynch and Molly Holly staring at each other on the apron, and Tekla misses the spear. Molly Holly holds the rope open, cartwheel, and picking up Tekla and powerbombing her as she's stepping on Becky Lynch into Chris Statlander. Molly Holly. Stephanie Vaquer with the submission in, but Rhea Ripley breaks free. And Ripley picks up Vaquer, riptide center of the ring. Molly Holly's got Becky Lynch on her shoulder on the top rope, and the referee's not counting because she sees Molly Holly coming down. Death Valley driver to Becky Lynch onto the pile. And Statlander picks up Molly Holly on top of the pile. And Statlander pinning Becky Lynch. And Statlander with the win. Statlander, #1 contender for a title of her choosing next week. And Molly Holly is pissed. Statlander stole that win from Molly. Molly with one hell of a performance, but Stat, she got attacked before the match, so we couldn't see what Molly Holly could do with Stat in the match at 100%. And look at Mae Young, she is going crazy. She is pissed. This is ridiculous. Me and Emma should have been in this match, and Mae Young should have won. Mae has more talent in her pinkies than this entire roster. Wait a minute. Here comes the Ring of Honor General Manager. Come on, Mae. Stop ripping apart the arena. Listen. No, you listen, Rhonda. We deserve better. That's fair. And I think I can give that to you. Because I have signed you three to a Ring of Honor contract. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because you terminated your old contract with your win-loss clause. And I have also signed Jamie Hayter. Huge news for Ring of Honor. They have Jamie Hayter, Mae Young, Legion, and Emma now under contract. And Hayter coming after Mae Young and Legion. And Haterade into Legion, flipping her into Emma. We'll see you on Ring of Honor. Alright, Will, Bailey, and Kenny. This is a backstage brawl. Kenny, where's your... What the hell, bro? Kurt Angle
what the hell, Kurt?
just took
This isn't about
out
you,
Will
Bailey.
Ospreay.
This is about
Will, and Kurt Angle.
Well, if it's about Will, it's about
Going
me.
after Kenny Omega, belly to belly, and Firebird is Kenny Omega's partner tonight. Omega went for the foot stomp to Bailey. Bailey out of the way. There's a roll up Omega, but Firebird with a knee and a back suplex to Bailey. But Will Ospreay, oh my God, Kurt Angle. German suplexes Ospreay into the inverted Rana, into Firebird, and now has the ankle lock locked into Will Ospreay, and Kurt Angle is busted wide open. And Mike Bailey coming in with a big kick to the head of Angle, and a kick to Firebird. V-trigger to Mike Bailey. Speedball going for a ride. Dragon by Omega to Bailey, and Angle going back to the ankle lock, but Will Ospreay playing defense. And Bailey tilts a world into a Hurricane Rana to Kenny Omega on that steel. And Bailey springing off the cement blocks into a Hurricane Rana into Omega. Firebird super kicking Mike Bailey back into the steel and throws him off. Mike Bailey gets rolled up, and Firebird with an armbar submission to Bailey. Bailey rolls back, and Kenny Omega picks them both up. Firebird escapes off the back, and Will Ospreay hidden blade to Omega. And Omega gets inverted Rana by Mike Bailey in the process. Will Ospreay German suplex to Firebird. And Kurt Angle has climbed all the way to the top. Angle moonsault from the top of those cement blocks onto Kenny Omega. And now Will Ospreay has Kurt Angle up. Storm breaker, and he nails it. Firebird takes down Mike Bailey with a spear. Big shots to the head of Bailey. And Firebird, what he finds, trying to untrap a piece of steel and setting up the steel. Bailey tripping Firebird, but Firebird rolls inside out and picks Bailey up, German suplex. And inside out, he throws Bailey into that steel wall and throws Bailey head first into that plate of steel. Will Ospreay, God, Firebird, excellent counter. But Ospreay right back to his feet, and a kick to the gut. Ospreay drops down and throwing Firebird into that wall. And Ospreay clearing the table. But Firebird comes at him. Ospreay ducks out of the way. Firebird lands on the table. Ospreay climbs up, and Kurt Angle meets him. German suplex to Ospreay. And Ospreay lands on his feet, and hidden blade to Kurt Angle. And oh my God, Kenny Omega with a shopping cart into them both. And Mike Bailey throwing Kenny Omega head first into that shopping cart. Firebird, German suplex to Bailey. Bailey throwing Firebird out here into the arena. And here they come, Bailey ramming Firebird into the Tron. That time, Bailey goes into the Tron. And Firebird monkey flipping Bailey over that light. Bailey off the back of Firebird, kicking off that cement wall and throwing Firebird through the stage. Firebird lands on his feet, and that is a cause for celebration. Here we are in there, and Sky Kid from the crowd. Crucifix bomb. That's gotta be it for Firebird. And backstage, Omega with a knee. The V-trigger to Kurt Angle. Chop to Will Ospreay picks him up. One-winged angel through the table, and he nails it. Goes for the pin. This could be it. And only a one count. Ospreay kicks out at one from the one-winged angel. And Kenny Omega sends Ospreay face first into that casserole. Ospreay trying to get casserole out of his eyes, and Omega goes for the V-trigger but misses. Ospreay Heard him coming on the steel, throws him into the wall. And Ospreay with a cement block, tearing it from that wall. But he gets tripped. Kenny Omega ramming him face first, and Ospreay goes flying. What a match. And Bailey is back. Bailey gets German suplex by Kurt Angle. It wasn't about Bailey at first, but now he's made it about him. Kurt Angle's after everybody. But he said at the start of this, he's just after Omega and Ospreay. We don't know why. Kurt Angle with that cement block. In hand over the head, and it broke over the head of Omega. That's it for Omega. But a hidden blade by Ospreay, and then powerbomb by Firebird. I can't believe Firebird is still in this. Clothesline to Sky Kid, picks him up after powerbombing onto Ospreay. And Firebird looking for somewhere to powerbomb Sky Kid into. Sky Kid reverses it into a Hurricane Rana. And Sky Kid picks up the win for Sky Team. What a match. Thank you for joining us.